Good morning to all. Today our topic is history of Python programming language. So first of all, who developed Python programming? So Guido van Rossum. He is the guy developed at National Research Institute for Mathematics and Computer Science in Netherlands in the year 1990. Guido van Rossum developed Python programming in the year 1990. Okay, so he wanted to name his language. So how he named Python is he inspired a Monty Python's Flying Circus. Okay, so it is a BBC comedy series. Actually, he inspired from that Monty Python's Flying Circus. So where Python from that he decided to call the language Python. Okay, so he is the person Guido van Rossum, creator of Python programming language. And so why today Python very boom in this world? Why? So Python became a popular programming language widely used in both industry and also academic people. Okay, widely used in both industry and academia because it having some simplicity in writing the code and some extensive support of libraries also. Okay, and it is a general purpose and interpreted and object oriented programming language. Python supports object oriented features also. Okay, so first of all, it is general purpose. General purpose means any programmer or any user can able to understand the code easily and also write the software or design the software by using Python is very easily. Okay, and it is interpreted also. Python is interpreted. Okay, so Python source code is available in general public license and maintained by a code development team at the same institute. So why use Python when there are so many programming languages? Why? There are so many programming languages available like C, C++, Java, Ruby, Perl, and C hash like that. So many programming languages are there. But why today Python is in boom? Because it having some advantages overcome to those languages. Python having some advantages. Those advantages are it is a readability. Python reaches readability and portability, vast support of libraries, software integration, developer productivity. Okay, so first of all, what is meant by readability? How it can be reached the readability? How it can be reached the readability? See, developers' readability of code is one of the most crucial factors in programming. Okay, so any programming having some instructions, we are passing some instructions to the computer. How we are passing? By writing the code. Okay, for example, take C language. If you want to perform some software by using C language, if you want to develop a software by using C language, we need to write some instruction. Okay, so basically C having some complexity while writing the code. But in Python, it is very simple to use that code and it is understandable more by the user. Simple. The Python having very simplicity of code so that the readability can be achieved. Okay, so the longest part of any software life cycle is its maintenance. Okay, it's a maintenance. By using Python, we can able to maintain that software. We can able to maintain that software very easily because of its simplicity of the code. Okay, having only small steps involved to perform or to create a software by using Python code. For example, compare with the C language. If you want to perform some addition, we need 4 to 5 lines to write the code for executing the addition of two numbers. Okay, so in Python, how we are writing? In Python, simply one statement is enough to execute that code to perform the addition of two numbers. Okay, see how what is the difference in whiteboard. I will explain. Just wait a minute. Wait a minute. See here. For example, if you want to perform addition, okay, in C language, how you are writing? First of all, we need to write hash include stdio.h. So conio.h. Okay, next void main method. Okay, main method. After main method, we are opening a curly brace, and here we need to take two variables, integer a comma b and c. Okay, so a and b, take the values. A equal to 10, b equal to 20, and c equal to a plus b, right? So next, if you want to print the result, we need to take printf addition of two numbers. Addition of two numbers, A and B. So C, the result can be stored in C result. Okay, so this is how many steps we involve? 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, for performing the addition, here involve 9 steps. 9 steps involved for performing addition. And but in Python, if you want to perform addition, simply you just use one single statement, print off. Here directly you can take 2 plus 3. Okay, directly you can take 2 plus 3, or otherwise, or you can write like this also. So take two variables, a equal to 10 comma b equal to 20, and print off a plus b. Print off a plus b. See how simplicity it is, because instead of writing so many instructions, so many steps, so here in Python only 1 or 2 lines will be going to finish for performing the addition of two numbers. Okay, so the readability code is very simple as compared to the other languages. Here we taken only C language, but compared to other languages also, Python is very easy to write and easy to readable also. See. Therefore, software has a highly readable code, then it is easier to maintain also. Easier to maintain also. And readability also helps a programmer to reuse existing code with airs to maintain and update a software. Because of readability, the programmer can having the reuse capability also, and easy to update that code. if any errors occur during the running the program, if any errors occur, so you can easily rectify that errors. That means you are easily debug that, and maintenance is also very easy by using Python. Okay, Python offers more readability of code when compared to other programming languages. Okay, so this is first one, readability. See the second one, Python reaches portability. It having portability feature also. Okay, so portability. What is meant by portability? Python is a platform independent. That is, its programs run on all platforms. Runs on all platforms. Here, platform means you just take Windows, Mac operating system, Linux, Solaris. These all are operating systems. So these all are different platforms. Okay, so platform independent means you develop a software by using Python. Okay, so by develop the Python code in once, and you can able to run that programs in Windows environment or Mac operating system environment or Linux or Sun Solaris. Okay, so these all are operating system: Windows OS, Mac OS, Linux OS, and Sun Solaris. These all are operating systems. So by using Python programs, we can able to run in these different platforms so that we can achieve the portability. So platform independent means we just write once, the code can be write once and run anywhere. Any platform you can run this software. Okay. So that we can say the Python achieves the portability. See next one, vast support of libraries. See here, Python having some large collection of inbuilt functionalities known as the standard library functions. So based on the library functions, so we can be able to perform, able to create programs easily. Okay, built-in functionalities are existed in Python programming so that we can be able to write the programs very easily and quickly. Okay, so Python also supports various third-party software like NumPy. So NumPy. So NumPy, which is actually an extension that it provides support for large multi-dimensional arrays and matrices. You know multi-dimensional array. What is meant by array? Collection of similar data types, similar data elements. Okay, similar data elements can be stored. So that is nothing but array in C. Okay, so multi-dimensional array. Multi-dimensional array means you can take 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional we have. So 2-dimensional having only rows and columns, and 3-dimensional having rows and columns and planes also. Okay, planes, 4-dimensional also. Okay, so multi-dimensional arrays and matrices can be able to take by using the NumPy. Okay, by using the NumPy. So next one, software integration. So this is also one of the feature of Python programming, software integration. Which is an aspect of Python. It can be easily extend. And communicate and integrate with several other languages. Okay, software integration is nothing but you can develop not only by using Python, the Python can also uses C language, C++ language, Python, Java, any language, it can be able to embed it on that particular languages. Okay. So for example, Python code can easily invoke libraries of C and C++ programming languages. C++ programming languages. So it can also be used to communicate with Java and .NET components. Java and .NET components, and it sometimes act as intermediary between agent between two application. Intermediate agent between two applications. See, for example, uh, for example, if you take the Python code, and Python code, if you take that Python code, this is Python code, and C code is there, and C++ code is also there, C++. So you can able to, if you want some features from C language. Okay, so Python, while creating a software, it having some C++ features, C features. Okay, we can easily invoke C features from C language, and if Python having any C++ feature, then you can also invoke C++ features easily, and you can embed those features in Python, and you finally create a software. Okay, so Python can able to invoke C features or C++ feature or Java features also. Java. So not only these three, we can able to invoke any other languages features. Okay. See. This is software integration. Next, developer productivity. As compared to other programming languages, Python is dynamically typed language. Okay, dynamically typed language. Here, dynamically typed. What is meant by dynamically typed language? What is meant by dynamically typed language? Here, dynamically typed language means, for example, in C, for declaring the variables, how we are declaring variables in C? In C, how we are declaring? So we need a data type here. Data type we need, and variable names. Variable names is equal to values. Okay. So this way, for example, take data type integer. Integer a equal to 10. Okay. So this way we are declaring a variable by using data type. If this is statically typed, you see. But what is meant by dynamic? Dynamic means, for example, in Python, how we are writing a variable is just simply you can take a equal to 10. That's it. No need to write data type. Automatically by default, it can be treated as integer data type. So Python can be say dynamically typed programming language. Dynamically typed programming language. Dynamically typed programming language. So the Python also having some less code, so that it can achieve the developer productivity. So if you want to develop any product by using Python, you can easily write the code and easily maintenance also that product. Okay, so that the developer time is also reduced by using the Python. Okay. So these are the steps involved. These are the features of Python. So who invented Python? Guido van Rossum in the year 1990. he developed a Python programming language by inspired from a BBC series, Python Flying Circus. Okay, so what are the features? What are the why we are using Python? Um, there are so many programming languages because so the Python achieves these 5 things. First of all, it achieves readability capability and portability. Okay, vast support of libraries, software integration, and developer productivity. Okay, so not only these advantages, so some more also there, some of the features also there. It is simple. Okay, it is simple, dynamic. Okay, so extensible. Extensible means you can able to extend that software. Okay, so simple means we have simple code. We have simple code to execute the programs, and so here there is no compilation. No need to compile the Python code. You directly run that software. No need to compile the Python code. Directly you can run the Python programs in IDE environment. IDE means Integrated Development Environment. Right? And extensible means you can able to extend the Python software. For example, take Python 3.4.1, 3.4.2, like that. You can easily extensible. Okay, portability, already you know portability. So these are the features of or advantages of using Python.